Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Janderra. I'm Geraldine, and I've managed to organise it so you can see the video a little bit better of Robert going through his introduction to Cashflow. So let's hand it over to Robert.
My name is Robert Kiyosaki. I'm the author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Now my internet's going to play up. You could just tell that was going to happen, hey? Just totally tell that was going to happen. You've got to love technology. You just really do. We have ways around this. We totally have ways around this. Now, there it is. Sorry. Do apologize. There we go. You gotta love technology.
Hello, my name is Robert Kiyosaki. I'm the author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also the creator of the board game Cashflow. So I want to thank you for your interest in the board game Cashflow as well as this new electronic version of it. When I am asked why did I create this board game, I created it simply because I wanted to be able to find a way of teaching people the same important financial literacy and financial intelligence lessons my rich dad taught me. I had to find a way of compressing it, making it short, making it fun, to compress basically 30 years of education into one game board. So I'd like to explain why it was created and also the two main lessons you can learn from this game. Lesson number one is you'll learn how to be an investor. Today, all of us need to learn how to invest, especially with these flaky 401k and these risky mutual funds and the stock market going up and down. We all need to learn how to become investors. On the board game Cashflow, you will learn what very few people learn. You will learn about the 4 different levels of investor. Level number 1 is a small deal. And that's where most people should start at. As a little boy, I started investing in small real estate and small stock deals. Level 2 is the big deal. As you get more money and become more sophisticated as an investor in real life and on this board game, you do go to level 2, which is big deals. The third level is a level that the rich invest in. This is called the fast track. The 1933 Securities Exchange Act defined that only the people who are rich were allowed to invest on the fast track. You had to be a millionaire. And the fourth level is Cashflow 202, which uses the same game board to play that game. Cashflow 202 is what the sophisticated investors use. It's called technical trading, how to use insurance when you invest, how to make money when the market goes up and the market goes down. So those are the 4 basic lessons about investing you will learn by playing this game. 4 lessons that most people never even know exist. 4 levels of investing that most people have never heard about. So by playing this game, you will learn how to be an investor, you'll be introduced to the really complete world, the complete whole world of investing. That's one of the most important things you'll learn from this game. The second thing you will learn is you will learn how to use an income statement and balance sheet. In other words, you will learn to understand what accountants know. This year's income statement, this is the balance sheet. My rich dad said, if you want to be successful in the world of business and investing, you have to be financially literate. And financial literacy begins with this here. My rich dad also said that, his banker has never once asked him for his report card. His banker never asked him if he had good grades or what school he went to. He says, in the real world, once you leave school, what your banker asks you for is your financial statement. So the 2 important lessons you will learn from this game are, 1 is about the 4 levels of investing, and 2, the levels of accounting. Given all the problems we've had in the stock market lately, you'll realize that many of the analysts were giving bad financial advice because the analysts could not read a financial statement. They could not see the big companies actually lying and cheating the investing public. So that's why I created the board game Cashflow. 2 main lessons. One, the 4 levels of investing, and 2, the importance of financial literacy. Cashflow is the only game that teaches you both lessons in one game. That's the power of the game. It's what my rich dad taught me, and that's why I'm excited about you taking a look at this game for yourselves.
And it's one of the reasons that I actually share this game as well, so that I can help other people learn what I've learned.
First step is to choose your dream.
Pause, Robert, for a second. So the first step in the game is to actually pick your dream. So I'm going to let Robert explain that.
People say, well, why is choosing your dream the first step? Because it's the reason you want to play this game. You see, I know so many people who don't go for their dream simply because they say, oh, I don't have the money, or they think they can't afford it, or they don't have the education. One of the reasons for playing this game over and over and over again is, number one, to open up your mind and then give you new ways of thinking, the fundamental basic education, so that you can invest wisely regardless of how much money you have, and then have the money to buy your dreams. And so dreams are very, very important. In other words, why live life if you don't have your dreams? So the very first step is choose your dream. That's a very important first step, because that's where you always start with the end in mind. You always start with your dream and work backwards. That's what your first step is. Choose your dream.
So very important. It's very important to know what you're working towards. So I'm going to play one more that explains the 2 different tracks that we work along.
Before getting into the details of the board game Cashflow, I'd like to explain some of the bit larger features of it. You may notice that there's 2 tracks here. The reason there's 2 tracks is my rich dad said in real life there are 2 tracks. For example, when my poor dad said to me, go to school so I can get a job, work hard, buy a house, save money, my poor dad was basically sentencing me, or saying to get into what's called the rat race of life. And this is where I would say 94% of the population spends their life. When you say to a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what do you want to, go to school and get good grades and get a job? That's where most people wind up in the rat race. They get up, go to work, get up, go to work, get up and go to work, round and around and around. And given the state of the economy and the different types of investment plans today, most people, not most, but many people will never, ever get out of this rat race. They'll get in here and die here. So my poor dad said his advice was basically go into the rat race. My rich dad said, go into the fast track. So this is where the rich invest, this is how the rich operate from. So what is found on the rat race here are things like paychecks. You get downsized. As you know, we have very little control over job security today. There's also charity and things like this. The object of the game is to be able to get out of the rat race and onto the fast track. And the way you get onto the fast track is proving you're a good investor and you have a high financial IQ, which requires the financial statement. And that's why the game was created in this way, with 2 tracks. This is the track of my poor dad. This is the track of my rich dad.
So really important things to understand. Now I'm going to play. What else will I do? Let's have a look at debt.
I now want to go into a subject that's near and dear to many people's hearts, and that's the subject of debt, or borrowing money from the bank. I hear many people say, cut up your credit cards and get out of debt. And I would say for probably 90% of the population, that's very good advice, simply because most people, since we're not taught much about money or accounting or investing at school, that's good advice. But if you're going to become rich, you must know the difference between good debt and bad debt, or how to use your banker's money or other people's money to become rich. So a successful, financially successful person knows how to use debt to get rich, where most people use debt to get poor. When you look down at a financial statement, it's very simple to see here. There's assets and liabilities. What most people are doing is they're borrowing money either for expenses or they're borrowing money for liabilities. That's bad debt. If you want to become rich, you need to borrow money to buy assets. Assets are, in other words, you're borrowing money or going into debt to get rich. most people are trying to pay off debt, which is a good move, like I said, because they borrowed money for expenses and for liabilities. In this board game, you will find the interest rate is 120%. Now, most people say, well, that's too high, or that's usury, and it is. But the reason we made the interest rate so high in this board game cash flow is to demonstrate to you that if you know how to invest, you can borrow money at a high interest rate and still make money. That is the lesson of this game, and that's how you use debt. There's good debt and bad debt. The choice is up to you which one you use. The higher your financial intelligence, the more good debt you can use, and get out of this rat race and get on with your dream.
So really important. Let's see, what's another one? One we haven't watched during the actual game before.
I want to pass on one more secret to how people get rich. Many people keep their daytime jobs and start a part-time business. That's what network marketing does. But you can also start a part-time franchise, where people like Henry Ford started a part-time business in his garage, which became Ford Motor Company. Michael Dell started Dell Computers in his dorm room, and other people have started their businesses on a kitchen table. So one of the ways the rich get rich or recommend getting rich, is keep your daytime job and start your part-time business. As I also said earlier, the tax laws are different for each of these quadrants. When you're in the B quadrant, you have the best tax advantages of the rich. So keep your daytime job, start a part-time business, gain the best tax advantages available to any of the quadrants, and then invest your money. That's how the rich get richer.
Okay, so we've watched lots of videos now. There are more there, but we can watch those another time. So let's start with the game. I've got Matthew here playing with me. And now we don't need to watch that because we watched that one already. Shall we have some computer players, Matthew? How about we go with 2 computer players? So I'm choosing stock market for kids. There's lots of different options here for your dream that you can pick at the beginning of the game. And I might go through those in a little bit more detail next week. I'm a school teacher. Matthew likes to be a jet setter. He's a web developer, web designer, sorry. Okay, there goes first. And she got a doodad. I didn't play the doodad video, did I? Matthew's turn. So charity, use 1 or 2 dice for the next 3 turns, and you do that by donating 10% of your total income. So Matthew's total income is 3,100. He's got 1,600 cash on hand. Would you like to do that one, Matthew? Mental like that one. I should have played the video. Mutual fund, grow for us fund. General market strength leads to well-managed fund prices for this strong funds price to a strong level. Only you may buy as many units as you want at this price. Today's price is $30 a share. There's no dividends or yield, and the trading range is 10 to 30. So it's right at the top of the range. And I get a paycheck. I'm going to pay off my retail debt. Oops. Pay that off, so I take it out of the liabilities and out of the expenses, and then control. It's all good. They like to decrease the retail debt and their credit cards. Matthew's turn. He's going to use 2 dice. And the big deal and the small deals, let's have a listen to Robert.
Let's get into some of the more details of actually playing the game. For example, you get on the rat race, you roll around and land on opportunity cards. When you land on the opportunity card, you have basically 2 choices. One is a small deal and one is a big deal. Small deals are investments of 5,000 and below, and big deals are 6,000 and above. The interesting thing about this game is games actually reflect people's behavior. I'll say that again because it's important. Games actually reflect people's behavior. Like, I've seen savers just save, I've seen cheaters cheat, and the game, whatever is going on with you will come up in this game. And when it comes to small deal and big deal, oftentimes I'll see people playing this game, they have no money. Even though they have no money, they think they have to be the John Wayne of investing, and they'll take a big deal card even though they have no money. So the beauty of this game here is you get to see their behavior. Another beautiful thing, as I said, there's four levels of investing: small deals, big deals, fast track, and then Cashflow 202. The beauty of this game is you can get rich on small deals, big deals, fast track, and 202. It makes no difference. So anyway, the funny thing about this game is I meet these, generally men, they think they have to do a big deal card even though they have no money. And that's a reflection of their behavior.
I actually think it'd probably be a really good idea as a premarital course to actually go through and play the game. So you can get to know each other's how you play the game. So on to your entertainment. Recent merger strengthened market share of this leading company with good outlook. Only you may buy as many units as you want at this price. Everyone may sell. Today's price is 20. Trading range is 10 to 30. And Matthew's not interested in that one. You can make a little bit on it, but not worth it. Well, it can be. Because there's still a little bit of upward move in there. And I'm going to go for a small deal. Okay for you, drug company. Long-time maker of medicines, especially drugs for people over 70. Only you may buy as many units as you want at this price. Everyone may sell. Today's price is 30. The trading range is 5 to 40. It's up quite high. I'd prefer to buy it at a lower price than that. Okay for you. Now, if I had gotten it, I would have made $20 per share on that one. But there is no crystal ball. Downsized.
I want to talk about another word, again, vocabulary, a new word that sort of crept into our society in the last 20 years. That word is downsizing. So question is, when you look at the cash flow quadrant, the employee, self-employed, or small business, business owner, investor, who does the word downsizing affect the most? And in this case, it's the employee, because the reason employees are afraid of the word downsizing is the truth of the matter is today there is no job security. And I go back to my poor dad always saying to me, go get a safe, secure job. Well, that was a good idea in his time, but not my time. So all of a sudden, all these people who did as they were told, they went to school, have good scholastic grades or good professional grades, they're a lot of afraid now because they're not in control. So downsizing affects these people. One of the beauties of the cash flow game is even though you're downsizing, you'll soon find on the game that even if you're downsized, you're not out of the game because you're still investing. So the purpose of the cash flow game is to train you with the business skills to become business owners and investors. So keep playing this game. Even if you're downsized, you'll find out that even as an investor, you're still in the game. So downsizing only affects employees who really have no control because their boss is in control. And it affects people with 401ks, again, because they have no control of their mutual funds. So the purpose of this game is to have you not be afraid of that new word called downsizing.
It's not really a new word anymore. It's been around for a long time.
It shouldn't make any difference if you've invested well. Your money will be working even if you're not.
New painting. You just can't resist that new painting by the local artist. Costs you $200.
Probably the most exciting aspect of the rat race, and the reason so many people stay in the rat race all their lives, is this card here, doodads. Doodads are the things that make life worth living. For instance, having a nice car, nice clothes, nice watch, jewelry, going out to dinner, new stereo equipment. The problem with doodads is doodads keep most people broke. And this is why they buy doodads thinking they're assets, as it goes back to the financial statement here. In traditional accounting, you're allowed to count a doodad as an asset when it's really a liability. For example, let's say I buy a boat. Your banker will allow you to list your boat as an asset when it really is a liability. The reason people do that is because they've not been trained financially to actually read a financial statement. And many people think their house is an asset when it's really a liability. You know, when your banker says to you your house is an asset, your banker's not really lying to you. He's just not saying whose asset it is. Your house is really your bank's asset. So that's why the doodad card is so important. The way my rich dad taught me to enjoy the good things of life, because I don't believe in living frugally. I don't believe in living below my means. I don't believe in saving money. I believe first in buying assets, and then my assets will buy my doodads. That's how the rich do it. The middle class, unfortunately, and the poor, they buy doodads first and never have any money left over to buy assets. For example, a number of years ago, I wanted a new Porsche. I had $50,000 in cash on the savings line here. Instead of buying the Porsche with the cash, I went out and bought a piece of real estate. That piece of real estate then gave me the cash flow via which I could buy my Porsche. So today I have my Porsche, which is still a liability because I have upkeep on it, like insurance and repairs and tires and gasoline. But I also still have my piece of real estate, and in many ways I still have my $50,000. So the way you can buy all the doodads you want, all the wonderful toys of life, all you have to do is first buy assets first, doodads second. That's the way you get rich and enjoy the good life. I personally do not believe in living below my means, being frugal, or denying me the wonderful things that life offers me. If you want a boat, have your boat, but buy an asset first, boat second. And that's the secret to getting rich and having all the doodads you want, so you can keep up with the Joneses and pass them with cash flow.
So you don't have any choice in the doodads. Well, you do. You can either pay cash or credit card. But you do have to, there's something you have to do. Opportunity. I'm going to go with a small deal. Preferred stock, Too Big Power. High yield preferred shares for major domestic electric power company. Dividends and prices fixed at their level by the State Utility Commission. Everyone may buy as many shares as they want at this price. Today's price is $1,200. The interest is $10 a month. Trading range is $1,200 to $1,200, so that doesn't change. So I'm passing on that deal, and Matthew's going to pass on that deal, and the two computer players passed on that deal. Look at that mental like that. Go to the air show. The air show is only in town for this weekend. Pay $120. It was a good experience. So. And Matthew's downsized. There's these little bars at the bottom of each profile that shows you how close you are to getting your passive income done. So Angela just found a great deal. Older 3-2 house, so that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, repossessed by government agency. It's ready to go with government financing and tenant. Borrow from the bank if you must, but buy this. So this one's 132% ROI. This is an unusual deal. It may sell for 65 to 135 in the market. Cost is 35,000, which is well below how it will sell. Mortgage is 33,000, which isn't a huge drama. Down payment's 2,000, and the cash flow is 220. So Angela bought that deal clearly, and it's now had a small impact on her little scale. She's got to earn a lot because she is a lawyer, I think. Yeah, she's a lawyer, so her total expenses are 5,300. So she's got to earn a lot of passive income to be able to get it right. And I get a doodad. Pay cash for some new CDs. Be streaming in these days, hey? And all of those streaming expenses, they all come into here, into the expenses. So gotta really watch those streaming services. Plex Buyer. Buyer offers 30,000 per unit for all units in any combination of duplex, fourplex, or eightplex. Buyer has own financing. Now, no one's got any plexes yet, but
Another aspect of playing this game here is you may land on what's called the market card. When you go to the market card, you'll actually draw this. The significance of the market is that you're paying attention to the trends. It's like reading the newspapers, watching the television, and all this. The market is basically telling you market's going up or market's going down, who's buying what, and who's this. The market card on this board game is very important because if you're going to be a professional investor, you must pay attention to the market. That's why the market card is here.
Matthew's still downsized. When you get downsized, you downsize for 3 turns. Strong market, stock market, okay for you, drug company. Market strength leads to high share prices for this long-time maker of medicines. Only you may buy as many units as you want at this price. Everyone may sell. Today's price is 40, so it's right at the top of the range. We did see it higher earlier, but it doesn't normally go much higher. It doesn't normally go any higher, really. The cards don't change. Small deal. Okay for you. Drug company. Interest rates cripple share price of this long-time maker of medicines. Only you may buy as many shares as you like at this price. Everyone may sell. Today's price is $5 a share, and I am buying. My keyboard's misbehaving a little bit. So that goes down into the assets section.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
I agree. It was a good deal. And the computer player is downsized. Downsized. There you go, Matthew. Just in time for your turn. Got a market card. Plex Buyer offers 25,000 per unit. So last time that was 30,000, I think. But again, no one's got a Plex. They're in the big deals. And the computer player is downsized. Oh, that's going to cost her a pretty penny.
The computer players are downsized.
Yeah, both the computer players are downsized. Mighty for you. Booming market leads to record share price of this home electronics seller. Today's price is $40 a share. Trading range is 5 to 30. So it's above the trading range. But so no way in the world that I'm buying.
There you go.
Matthew's turn. Going out for dinner. Spend $80. Pay cash or credit card?
Cash.
Cash. Cash, of course. Matthew has great wisdom when it comes to this game. Oh, I'm going to go with a small deal. House for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Nice 3-2 rental house suddenly available due to the estate closing. Well-maintained older property with existing tenants. 38% ROI. May sell for 65 to 135,000. Cost is 65, so it's down the bottom of the. So there's capital gains possibility. Mortgage is 60,000. Down pays 5,000. Cash flow is 160. Ooh, I think I will. I'm going to have to borrow 2,500, but I should be able to pay that back fairly quickly.
Why don't you do an auction and see what they do? Huh?
I could do an auction. Let's see how much money everyone else has got.
Can they do stuff in an auction more downsized?
Yeah. Oh, no one's got any money.
None at all.
None of them's got any money.
I don't know. Taking out loans and borrowing money seems kind of dangerous.
Borrowing money isn't dangerous. It's what you do with the money that's dangerous. Always remember, there's good debt and bad debt. Good debt makes you rich, and bad debt makes you poor. Unfortunately, most people invest in bad debt, and that's why they're poor.
Normally, I probably wouldn't have done that one.
You lost money.
I did lose money. I'm going to have to pay back a fair bit. I've got to pay back 3,000 loans. Which is only 3 paychecks. Do you want to donate, Matthew? Oh, let's have a listen to Robert.
I'd like to discuss the importance of charity. Charity was very important to my rich dad. My poor dad always said, I'll give money when I have money. And what my rich dad said, the reason your dad doesn't have money is because he doesn't give. In other words, my rich dad believed in the law of reciprocity. You can call it, Newton's law, give and you shall receive, or for every action, equal and opposite reaction. Or the Asians say karma, give what you want. So my rich dad explained to me, if you wanted a smile, the best way to get a smile is to first give one. He also said if you wanted a punch in the mouth, the best way is to give one first also. So he said, if you want money, give money. Today, I hear many people saying, when I don't give money, I give my time. The problem with that thinking is you get back what you give. If you give time, you get back time. So charity is very important if you want to get rich and get on to the fast track. You need to give what you want. If you want money, you need to give money. You need to first give, and then you can receive. That's why charity was so important to my rich dad. Charity was a very important part of my rich dad's financial and business plans.
The Bible also says it's very closely linked to sowing and reaping. Mighty for you, trade war panic leads to record low share prices for this home electronics seller. I love this card. Honestly, I'm going to be naughty considering it's so early in the game. I'm going to borrow money for this one because today's price is $1. It is possible for it to go lower, but it's unlikely. I am going to... How many will I get? Yep, I can do that. I'm going to borrow 2,000. So I got 2,000 shares at $1 a share. My bank loan is 2,000 and my bank payment is 200. So it is going to take my... It does take my cash flow down a bit. It's going to make it a little harder to pay off those loans, but Yeah, I now have $5,000 in loans. Grow for Us Fund. Powerhouse market drives strong fund prices up record high. Today's price is $40 a share. So it's above trading range. Good time to sell, not a good time to buy. 2 dice, Matthew. And Matthew's had a baby. So you can only have 3 children per game in this game. Well, you can have more than that, but your expenses are only to 3. And the cost of the child is different for each different player, depending on the profile of the business, of the job that they've got. Want to use $5 a share?
Yeah.
Usually bought 450 shares.
Hey, no stepping
He's got Jack jumping on his computer. Oh, there we go. I get to join a direct-to-you marketing company, which I have actually just recently joined a direct marketing company. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out about direct marketing, please comment below, and I will have if you want to fill it, go into janderra.com/feedback and let me know what you would like help with in that marina. Anyway, so Spare Time Company, you may join a direct-to-you distribution company. Good products, low starting income, growth prospects for learners and leaders, no promises and much opportunity.
Another aspect of playing this game here is you may land on what's called the market card. When you go to the market card, you'll actually draw this. The significance of the market is that you're paying attention to the trends. It's like reading the newspapers, watching the television, and all that.
No, we listened to this one.
Market is basically telling you.
We listened to that one.
Listen to it
See,
again.
Oh, I already closed it.
You can open it again.
Not at this
Now
point.
you can.
Now I can't. Market. Plex buyer offers 30,000 per unit for all duplex, fourplex, and eightplex. No one's got any plexes yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's right. Not yet.
Okay, technically already done.
So, big deal or small deal, Matthew? You've got 4,300. Small deal. Good choice. On to
What is
you.
the first question I should ask my stockbroker?
Well, the first question I'd
$10
ask
a
is,
share.
do you invest in stocks? Statistics show that most stockbrokers don't invest in stocks, the same as most real estate brokers don't invest in real estate.
Yep.
You see, most brokers are not investors. The reason they're called brokers is because they're broker than you are.
Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're enjoying watching us play the board game Cashflow. Stock Div to You Utilities. This high profitable utility company has a proven track record and proving dividends to its shareholders, providing dividends to its shareholders. Today's price is $60 a share. The trading range doesn't change. The interest is always $1. And Angela has passed on that opportunity, and so would have I. I got downsized. Not so good.
You're downside now.
I got downsized.
Everybody's downside.
And I need a bank loan. Ah,
Downsize. It shouldn't make any difference if you've invested well. Your money will be working even if you're not.
I haven't quite invested as well as I would have liked. I need to have some of my investments start paying off. I really shouldn't have bought that house. Everything else was a good choice. The house, I shouldn't have done the house. 2 dice, Matthew.
Yeah.
Gets to go for a run around the board. And he gets a paycheck.
I landed on a paycheck.
You did. Mighty for you. Oh, I might be in the money a little bit. I can't remember. Let's see. Mighty for you. Yeah, Mighty for you were the ones that I bought at $1 a share. So I could actually sell 500 of these, which will give me the 5,000. Oh, I probably should have done 7,000, so I could have paid off that full loan. Which means I could go in here and pay off many bank loans. That just got me out of a bit of a pickle. Now I'm happy again. Still downsized, but my investment was paying off even while I was downsized. I was still able to do stuff. So, which is the whole point of what Robert was trying to make before, that being downsized doesn't mean your investments don't work still. They keep working while you're not able to. Okay, on to you, entertainment. New director of movie acquisition brings revived prospects for share price. Today's price is $20 a share. Trading range is 10 to 30. And Matthew, you can sell if you wish. You bought at $10 a share. They're now $20 a share.
Yeah, I'll see for now.
You gonna pass?
For now. You said it's at 20.
Yes, I did.
The top of the range is 30.
Correct. Matthew's holding until the market goes up a bit further. Buy new speakers. The speakers just went bad, so you've had to have them replaced. $500. You gonna pay cash, Matthew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mighty for you. Strong market leads to strong share price for this long-time electronic seller. Only you may buy as many units as you want. Everyone may sell. Today's price is $30 a share. Trading range is 5 to 30. Now, I could have actually waited earlier for this because I'm still downsized. I'm going to sell all my shares now. And I just made 45,000.
Good job.
I'm going to pay off those bank loans. See, I could have waited for that, but there was no way of knowing whether it was going to go up further or whether it wasn't. And I was in a bit of a predicament with those loans because I'd borrowed too much and then got downsized. Well, Angela paid back some of hers. She sold some shares as well, by looks. Maybe. Matthew's turn. Yeah, he got a paycheck. Yeah, still downsized. Oh no, it's my turn now. I'm not downsized anymore. I gotta do that. Do that. Water heater leaks. If you don't fix your water heater, it's going to make a mess of your house. Pay $450 for a new one. And pay cash. Please. Apartment buyer offers 45,000 per unit for all units. No one's got units at the moment. Opportunity, Matthew, you've got 3,700. Big or small deal?
Small.
Spare time company. You may join a direct distribution company. Good products, low starting income, growth prospects for learners and leaders. No promises, but lots of opportunity. Okay, for you, low inflation leads to high share prices for this long-time maker of medicine. Trading range is 20. Today's price is 20. Trading range is 5 to 40. And I have some shares, and I bought them at $5 a share, but I'm going to let them rise.
That's the way to do it.
There's more movement there. Yep, I'm going to do charity. It's actually more important for you to give than it is for the person that's receiving it. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. House for sale, 3-2 house. Nice 3-2 house available due to depressed market. Due to layoffs. Would make a good investment property. 60% return on ROI. The may sell for 65 to 135,000. So its cost is 50,000. So it's down. It's got a lot of capital gains there. Possibility. Down payment's 4,000 and the cash flow is 200. It's a good deal, that one. Oh, there you go, Matthew. Would you like to put a bid in to buy that in an auction?
Buy what?
The 3-2 house.
Has it got a positive cash flow?
It does. Positive cash flow is 200. Down payment's 4,000. You've got 3,500.
So it would cost me.
You'd have to. The minimum bid is 500, so it's going to cost you 4,500. So you would need to borrow another 1,000 to just do the minimum bid. Pardon?
I know. It's got a positive cash flow of 200.
Yes.
Which means I could borrow 2,000.
Yes.
Which means I could put 1,500 from
Yep.
the bid.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do that.
Oh, what would you like to do?
No. I'm just saying that I could do that.
Yes.
And how much money in cash flow do I want to have?
Well, I've got like 40,000
You got
cash.
40,000 cash.
Yes.
You're bidding?
Probably.
Probably.
How about we stick it in there just to make it interesting?
Whatever. Get quiet.
Well, do your minimum bid. Oh, I didn't get the opportunity to do it.
You sure you did?
You were the only one there. I was going to bid on that. Oh, how rude. Oh, well.
Let me go back up there.
You can't go back.
No, I'm going back on that video.
Oh, you're going to go back on the video. Did I press the wrong button or something?
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
I mean, it was a good deal. I think I clicked something wrong. I don't know what happened there. Jeez, I would have liked to have bid on that. Oh well. I don't get all the good deals. Big or small deal, Matthew? You've got no money on hand.
Yeah, I know. It's small.
Start a new company. invent a new way of making widgets so that your company can produce and sell them. No profits during startup, long hours, and no extra pay. Use this yourself or sell to another player. 0% ROI. Cost is $3,000. Down payment is $3,000.
It's pretty good.
You want that one? You don't have any money.
Yeah, I know. Just saying it's pretty good.
It's a good deal if you've got cash on you, but you don't have cash.
Yeah, but I'm able to borrow.
You could borrow if you like.
I said I wanted to.
Well, what would you like to do?
I don't know.
You don't know? Let's see how much money everyone's got. I'm the only one with money at the moment. I'll buy it off you for 500.
500.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, I think I figured out how I made a mistake before. Three-two house in an older area offered by Highway Department. Market has crashed. No bids at last weekend's auction. ROI is unknown. May sell for 65 to 135,000. The cost is 50,000. So there's capital gains movement available. Down payment 0, and the cash flow is minus 100. And Angela passed on that. Fascinating. I would have bought that one. Paycheck.
Paycheck.
I got the paycheck. Your turn, Matthew. Downsized. You can go round and round in circles a fair bit at the beginning of the game. Get stuck in the rat race. It can take a little while to build up the actual funds to be able to get. If you played, it's got downsized too. Oh, I've got to go for a run, didn't I? Too bad. Couple of rounds of golf. Too big power, high yield, preferred shares of major domestic electric power company. Dividends fixed, the fair price. Trading today's price, and the trading range is the same. I'm passing on that deal. You passing, Matthew?
Yeah.
And Matthew's downsized. Peter player's downsized. My turn. And I'm going to go for a big deal. House buy, 3-2 house. Divorce leads to the sale of a 3-2 house in an area full of owner-occupied houses. Has been on the market for 5 months. The ROI is 30%. May sell for 65 to 135,000. Cost is 70,000. So there's still capital gains possibility there. Down payment's 20,000. Cash flow's 500. I'm going to go with that.
That was a great deal.
And costs and the down payment going to assets. Mortgage is a liability. Cash flow is income. Parent selling 2-1 condo, 42% ROI. Down pay is 4,000. She passed on it. Okay. Okay for you. Company flounders. Massive losses due to tainted drug scandal. All stockholders lose half their ownership rights. Everyone who owns OK for You shares cuts the number they owned in half the previous value. Not a fan of reverse splits. I just lost half my stock. That was sad. Oh well, it happened. Where there's opportunity, there's risk. Certificate of deposit, Matthew. A leading bank offers a special certificate of deposit to its customers. Guaranteed interest and redeemable after any holding period. Today's price is $5,000 and the interest is $20 a month. Doesn't go up in value. You willing to pass on the deal?
Yeah.
And I'm passing on the deal. And the computer players both passed on the deal. And Tim is going, yeah.
That's the way to do it.
So's mental. Neither of them like that one. Inflation hits. Inflation goes to 10%. Interest rates climb to 20% on home loans. All 3-2 houses that you, no other player own, are now foreclosed. Your finances with variable rate mortgage. You must give up the house. Drat.
Give up the house.
Yeah, I just lost my house.
You lost your house.
It's like I only lost one of them though.
One.
No, I lost both of them.
Oh.
I did, I lost both of them. That's sad. I was starting to get somewhere. Oh well. Okay for you, drug company. Things are going so well, the company has that shares have just split. So that means you get 2 for 1, which means my shares are now back where they were before. Flex buyer. Start a company part-time, develop an interesting idea for a software program, so you start a company to produce and sell it. No profits during startup, long hours, and no extra pay. 0% ROI, may sell for, cost is 5,000, down pay is 5,000. Angela passed on the software deal. Big deal. Eightplex. Ooh, 51% ROI. Its down pays 40,000. I don't have that much, but with that, I think I can do that.
Good job. Now, if you can just pay off your bank loans, you'll get out of the rat race.
It's 14,000 in bank loans. But it was still positive cash flow. Doodad. Paycheck.
Oh, it's like just paycheck.
You do seem to be getting paycheck a lot.
Why only paycheck?
I don't know why you're only getting paycheck. 10 acres of raw land. She passed on the 10 acres of raw land.
No,
She passed on the 10 acres of raw
I
land.
didn't try to do an auction.
She didn't. And I had a baby. Charity. Actually, the janitor is one of my favorite. Hi, Rashana. It is a very, very good game. It is really helpful for people to understand how finances work and how you can actually build income by starting small businesses and learning how to invest. So it's a really useful game. Oh, look at that, Matthew, your spare time company. You just made manager. You just increased your cash flow. So
Okay.
no decisions to make. Good job.
I didn't make a decision.
See, it's a really good game. It can be really helpful to play it. So it gives you ideas on how to build businesses and gives you ideas on stuff to do to be able to help improve your income. It's basically an educational tool that helps people to learn how finances work and what the rich teach their kids about money. Mighty for you. Business is up dramatically and the company is going to do so well. Their shares have split. Everyone who owns Mighty for You share doubles their shares. I sold mine a while ago. No, you didn't have any. Car wash buyer. Yeah, did she? It's interesting. I wonder why she went into the... Oh, it's a market card. It's probably easier, Rashna, for you to be able to actually watch it from the very beginning so that you can see how the game works. But I play it each Monday night at this time.
Nicely done.
Go to the ball game. A friend tells you about the big game this weekend. Pay $50. Matthew's turn. House for sale. Not lived in for 6 months. This bank foreclosed house just reduced. Loan includes estimate repair costs. Unknown what the return on investment will be. It may sell for $65,000 to $135,000. The cost is $60,000, so there's lots of opportunity there for capital gains. The down payment is 0 and the cash flow is positive 100. So that is a really good deal for that player. It does take a little while to learn how to understand how the game works. So you've got your income statement, your expenses, you got your balance sheet and your liabilities. And looking at that information can help you to manage your finances well and be a good steward of your finances. Certificate of deposit. I'm not interested in the certificate of deposits. They're not very good. So it's a bit like a game of life. So this middle track is when you just go around in circles. Getting opportunities, getting paychecks, getting downsized, having babies, doing life and learning how to be able to generate enough income to be able to pay for your expenses. Oh, this is the worst doodad card. I hate this one. You got to pay $1,000 up front, and you get to have to increase your expenses, and you got a ridiculously large loan. It's just a horrible, nasty card, that one. Sister-in-law borrows money. I'm not buying that card. Definitely passing on that card. It's one thing to give your sister the money. Don't expect her to pay it back. Because she's never going to pay it back. Not in the game anyway. Great for you. Great for us, I should say. I'll pay cash. Borrowed 30,000 from the bank to buy that one. That's a good one. Company bought, transferred, manager 3-2 house, no current tenant, has been on the market for 6 months and it's reduced, borrow from the bank if you must, 150% ROI. May sell for 65 to 135. Cost is 45, so there's lots of capital gains possibility there. Down payment's 2,000, cash flow is 2,500. Angela got a good deal there. Oh, sorry. Go with a small deal. On to your entertainment. Today's price is $40 a price, $40 a share. Really good time to sell. Dreadful time to buy. And Matthew is going to sell all of his shares because that is the top of the trading range. And he just made $12,000. Matthew's going to go for a big deal.
My real estate
14%
broker says
ROI.
the property will go up in value. What do you think?
Well, ask your real estate broker if they have a crystal ball. Always remember that your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell.
But I'm spending money in buying, so how does that work? Making a profit when I'm spending money?
Do you hope the investment will go up in value?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm spending money, I think.
Well, you should never expect the price of anything to go up in order to make a profit. A piece of real estate needs to be profitable when you buy it, the same as a stock needs to be paying a dividend when you buy it. Never expect the thing to go up in value. That's gambling.
I should have read that out to you, sorry. Ah, you're back again. Apartment buyer offers 40,000 per unit for all units. I don't think anyone's got a unit. Oh, I got downsized. To get a bank loan. Put the loan in the liabilities, the bank payment in the expenses. Fourplex available, forced sale, out of state, financial distressed owner. Owner years behind on taxes. Some records available. 56% ROI. May sell for 100 to 140,000, so there's good capital gains there. 16,000 down payment, 750 cash flow. Sheridan borrowed the money to be able to get that one. Mighty for you, today's price is $5 a share. Matthew doesn't have a lot of money at the moment.
Money.
How many shares would you like, Matthew? $5 a share. You've got $190.
10.
10?
Could I have a pie, please?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Automated business for sale. Personal bankruptcy sale of busy, successful laundromat on busy highway. Absentee owner, contract cleaning. 100% ROI. It's $150,000 cost, and the down payment's $30,000. Angela borrowed the money from the bank for that.
You're downsized.
I'm downsized. So Angela's making good progress towards getting out of the rat race. She's still got a long way to go, though. She's about halfway. Well, we're all about just over halfway. Matthew, you've been offered $40,000 for your 8-plex. Is it 8-plex? No, 4-plex. $40,000 per unit for all for your 4-plex. You bought it for $20,000, and your cash flow is $800.
Cash flow is 800.
Mhm.
How much cash flow was I getting from it? 200.
You're getting $800 cash flow
I
from
was
it.
getting 800 cash flow.
Yeah.
What's my cash flow by itself?
Cash flow is $1,030. So
I'd lose the majority of my cash flow.
you would lose the majority of the cash flow, but you
I'd
could
get a
pay.
whole heap of money.
You could pay back the $10,000 in bank loans,
Yeah, sure.
which you borrowed the $10,000 to be able to buy it in the first place.
I borrowed 10. I don't remember saying you doing that.
You weren't in the room at the time.
So you just decided.
Yes, I decided it was a good deal.
Oh, it was a good deal.
Actually, you borrowed $7,000 for that one. You had $3,000 for downsizes. Will I sell my 8-plex? Yes, I'm going to sell my 8-plex. It's going to be a nice amount of cash flow to be able to. I need to pay off those bank loans. There you go. Now I'm going to pay off Matthew's bank loans.
And no one's going down to the fast check yet.
Yep, no one's out the rat rates yet. Given the fact that we've all just gotten a increase in money. Well, except for Sheridan. Angela.
Doesn't mean gonna pick big fish.
I actually find that the janitor usually gets out of the rat race first. Duplex for sale. That's gonna do Sheridan. She's gonna be out of the rat race. To entertainment. Now we just got to land on the right opportunities. Which is not pay cash. Not a doodad. She's happily buying up investments in the fast track. And Matthew had a baby. Another one. I think that's your third one, actually. And I'm not selling at $10 a share. I'm going to do a big deal. Duplex for sale, 40% ROI. May sell for $50,000 to $80,000. Cost is $60,000. Down payment is $12,000. And I'm going to buy that.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
Big deal, Matthew. You've got 70,000.
Yeah, sure. 70.
70. Automated business for sale. 30 video pinball machines at long-term contract location for sale by overextended owner. Owner is desperate.
That's only 20,000 down pay, isn't it?
Yep, and 96% ROI. That was a good deal.
Congratulations. That was a good deal.
Okay, for you, today's price is $1 a share.
That's a good point.
It is a very good time to buy. It's a dreadful time to sell. I'm going to go for a big deal. 8plex. Yep, I'll do that.
That's the way to do it.
The real beauty of this game is it helps you to learn how to identify good deals and bad deals. Matthew's turn. Opportunity. You've got 54,000, Matthew. Big deal or small deal?
But how much?
So let's get into
54,000.
some more details of actually playing the game. For example, you get on the rat race, you roll around, and land on opportunity cards. When you land on the opportunity card, you have basically two choices. One is a small deal and one is a big deal. Small deals are investments of 5,000 and below, and big deals are 6,000 and above. The interesting thing about this game is games actually reflect people's behavior. I'll say that again because it's important. Games actually reflect people's behavior. Like I've seen savers just save, I've seen cheaters cheat. In the game, whatever is going on with you will come up in this game. And when it comes to the small deal and big deal, oftentimes I'll see people playing this game, they have no money. Even though they have no money, they think they have to be the John Wayne of investing, and they'll take a big deal card even though they have no money. So the beauty of this game here is you get to see their behavior. Another beautiful thing, as I said, there's four levels of investing: small deals, big deals, fast track, and then Cashflow 202. The beauty of this game is you can get rich on small deals, big deals, fast track, and 202. It makes no difference. So anyway, the funny thing about this game is I made these, generally men, they think they have to do a big deal card even if they have no money. And that's a reflection of the behavior.
Big deal. Oh, automated business. 81% ROI. That's going to get you out of the rat race, Matthew.
Unless I borrow.
Unless you borrow.
And I don't have enough cash flow to just go straight out.
Yes.
So borrow just enough, please.
Borrow just enough. Okay.
Good job. Now, if you can just pay off your bank loans, you'll get out of the rat race.
Bank foreclosed 2-1 house. 52% ROI. Cost is 40,000. Down pays 5,000. And Angela borrows $1,000 from the bank to be able to get it. Shopping spree. Blackfire.
What?
No. I'm going to keep all my plexes. Not going to sell any. Div to you utilities. Today's price is $50. Interest is $1 a month. Not a very good deal. Better than nothing, but definitely see better opportunities. Opportunity, Matthew. You've got 40,000.
40,000.
Big deal.
Sure.
Apartment buyer house. 2 buildings totaling 24 units. 54% ROI. Down pay 75,000, cash flows 3,400. You'd have to borrow about 35,000.
That's to stay in the rat race, right? Or is that to just be able to buy it?
That's to be able to buy it. It's a good deal.
Yeah. Will I stay in the rat race at the moment?
I think it will get you out, but it'll give you plenty of money to be out of the rat race.
Borrow a bit more.
Oh, you want to stay in longer, huh?
Just a bit longer.
Okay. Oops.
Good job. You can almost pay off the bank loan later.
I know.
He's getting a nice little collection of businesses here. Be nice if it was this easy in real life. Transfer skilled tradesman kept his 3-2 house in excellent condition. 40% ROI, down payment 12,000, cash flow is 400. And Sheridan sadly just bought a dry cleaning opportunity. Matthew's turn. It's on the market.
Land on the market.
Collector wants looking for authentic 1500s Royal Spanish New World Havana Mint, only pieces of 8. Believe I have them. And I'm going to sell them. There. Oops. Excellent 2-1 condo. Negative 24% ROI. 60,000 costs, so there's not a huge amount of upward moment there. And you got negative cash flow. That is not a good deal. That was a very bad deal.
What was?
A 2-bedroom condo. Not all deals are equal. Downsized manager must sell 3-2 house. 40% ROI, may sell for 70,000. It's reasonable. Down pays 9,000, cash flows 300. Buy that one. Cookware infomercial, and Sheridan has just won the game.
Won the game.
Yep. Honestly, the janitor, I know she's got the lowest income. So the lawyer has the highest expenses, and yes, has the highest income, but she has the highest expenses and has to work a lot harder to get out of the rat race. The janitor does not. The janitor has very low expenses and has very low income. But it also means that they can get out of the rat race a lot quicker and get out of the fast track a lot easier. So don't think just because you're on a low income that you can't actually be financially free, because it's a lie. You can. You just need to learn how money works and manage it well and have the good opportunities turn up. And that's one of the things that this game does. It teaches you what the rich teach their kids about money. It teaches you how to manage money. It teaches you what to look for and how to actually assess things. So, yeah, one thing, Matthew and I both had direct-to-you companies, and they are it's a network marketing company in the game. So I'm going to let Robert tell you a bit about network marketing from his perspective as a successful businessman.
I'm often asked, why do I recommend network marketing, especially since I'm not in the network marketing business? And like many people, early on, I had a very negative or closed-minded attitude towards network marketing. But I've changed my mind. I've opened up the way that I think, and I've looked at the network marketing industry, and I find some things that are extremely beneficial, especially for people who are looking to make some changes from the E and the S over to the right side of the quadrant. One of the beauties of network marketing, it actually teaches the mental, emotional, and technical skills to be in the B quadrant. Because somebody in network marketing has the potential of building a system with over 500 people in it, plus unlimited income. The things that network marketing teaches you is the most important skill in the B quadrant is the ability to sell. One of the reasons I worked for the Xerox Corporation when I got out of the Marine Corps was to learn how to sell. My rich dad said, if you're going to be in the business quadrant and become big business, you must learn how to sell or communicate to employees, to specialists, to investors to raise capital, as well as to my customers. So communication or sales skills are essential for somebody in the B quadrant. And the network marketing industry, not all of them, but some of them have excellent training programs to teach you how to sell, how to communicate, how to build businesses. The other thing that's beautiful about the network marketing industry, it teaches you self-confidence. Because the reason many people are not good in the B quadrant is they're afraid of rejection. And network marketing teaches you to handle your own fears, overcome your fear of rejection, and build that self-confidence. And that's essential for the B quadrant. Also, it gives you time. In the real world, when I worked for Xerox as an employee for 4 years, if I didn't sell, I was fired. The beauty of network marketing industry is they'll work with you. You can take as much time as you like to develop those skills. As your skills increase, so does your income. Take 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. It takes time to develop those skills. The network marketing industry gives you the education and the time to build that self-confidence. Once you have your business up, the reason the cash flow game is so important, and you have all this excess money coming from your business, then you can invest your money into real estate and stocks and bonds. And that's what the cash flow game teaches you how to do, is how to be a successful and proficient investor, especially an investor on the fast track. The fast track is where the rich invest. So the beauty of network marketing, it works really hand in hand. It builds you up, teaches you how to increase your income, builds your self-confidence, and then the cash flow game teaches you how to invest. And that's why I recommend network marketing, and that's why I work hand in hand with so many of those businesses.
So the other thing there were a few of during the game were part-time businesses.
How people get rich. Many people keep their daytime jobs and start a part-time business. That's what network marketing does. But you can also start a part-time franchise, or people like Henry Ford started a part-time business in his garage, which became Ford Motor Company. Michael Dell started Dell Computers in his dorm room, and other people have started their businesses on a kitchen table. So one of the ways the rich get rich or recommend getting rich is keep your daytime job and start your part-time business. As I also said earlier, the tax laws are different for each of these quadrants. When you're in the B quadrant, you have the best tax advantages of the rich. So keep your daytime job, start a part-time business, gain the best tax advantages available to any of the quadrants, and then invest your money. That's how the rich get richer.
And honestly, there are a lot of tax advantages to running a business. Even if you're doing cleaning for somebody, there's a lot of tax advantages that are available to you. Or if you're mowing lawns or something else like that, there are lots of opportunities and lots of possibilities for starting a part-time business. And I like to actually help people do that sort of stuff. So yeah, let's see, it's another video here on business.
Early on in my life, I had to make a decision not to follow my poor dad's footsteps and do what he did, which was get a safe, secure job, even though it was high paying with the government. Instead, I decided to follow my rich dad's footsteps and go into the B quadrant. Now, most of us know the failure rate is fairly high in the B quadrant. I think the stats say 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 5 years. And
the statistics are slightly different these days, especially for Australia. I have checked these recently. And it's still like 60% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. A fairly large chunk of those actually fail in the first 12 months.
That was true for me. So I recommend this. You may want to keep your daytime job and start a part-time business, like a network marketing company. The entry point financially is very low, less than $500. Or you can buy a franchise, and a franchise will give you the system to be a business owner. Or you can do what I did and just do it trial and error. If you do it trial and error, I recommend this. Give yourself at least 5 years in the B quadrant, because it takes some time to learn the mental, emotional, and technical skills to be a successful business owner. I meet many people who say, well, what if I fail? I'll just tell you my point of view. In the B quadrant, since the chances are you're going to fail 9 out of 10 times, I just made a decision that I was going to start 10 different companies. So it really does get with a context or a mindset or an attitude at which you take this on. I have failed many times, and many businesses fail in the B quadrant, but I've always learned something new. And today, for me, the B quadrant is the only place I would like to be in.
So that's basically Robert on businesses and that sort of thing. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching us play Cashflow tonight. And remember, we do this every Monday night at 8:30. The game will be scheduled live generally. At least that's my plan, on Monday nights at 8:30, and I'd love to catch up with you then. Now, if you're available throughout the week and you want to find out more about Sizzle, the network marketing company that I'm working with, I'd love to catch up and show you some information. Leave a comment below and I will send you some links to some videos. So yeah, you have a great day, and remember, let's make a difference together. It's all about making a difference, and it's about really making some positive changes in the world around us. And as much as it's not all about money, there's a lot more to life than making money. It is right up there with oxygen, and you do need to be able to pay your bills, and the more money you've got, the more people you can help. So that's my theory. And I love being able to help people to achieve their goals and dreams and work towards what they want to do with their life. If they want to improve their health or their wealth, I would be more than happy to show them what it is that I'm doing and help them to achieve what they want. So yeah, so you remember, God made you special. He loves you very much. And let's make a difference together. Bless you.